supplemental. Alright, so I think the triple thick milkshake from McDonald's is a problem starter. It's not a problem solver. It's a problem starter. Pretty sure that's why I feel like shit. Because I remember I tried one once 4 or 5 years ago, and I got a large, and I couldn't even finish it before I was feeling like ferociously terrible. And I just thought, well, goddamn, guess I shouldn't have got the large, eh? And so I never had one again until just tonight, an hour or so ago, maybe 2 hours ago. I can't even tell anymore. That's how out of it I am. I'm just like falling ill with some kind of wasting disease. That's how shitty I feel. Right, so that's why I just got a small, like I enjoyed it while I was having it this time. I definitely finished it. And then kind of feel like shit. Like I should have known better. I watched that Michael Keaton movie. I know that they just fucking put powder in that shit. It's not a real milkshake. I know better. Also, I tried it before, so I did know better. Yeah, this was a waste. This was a waste of what once would have been tape, and what now is I don't even know anymore what's recording this. I don't understand it. I don't get it at all. I just don't understand it. It's some type of like I know it can't really be ones and zeros. I don't buy that. It can't really be that. It's some type of electrical fucking storage unit with little pulses and nodes. I think the nodes make the pulses happen. The nodes generate the pulses, and the pulses are probably almost kind of like a stenographer. They're just hammering things out as the nodes are activated right now. And what is happening? It's a little computer thing, right? It's sort of like a computer. There'll be a chip in there somewhere. What is a chip? The chip has the nodes on it, and the nodes are fed by some kind of capacitor. I'm gonna sign out. I'm gonna sign off of this one. No more milkshakes. You've been supplied. The triple thick milkshake from McDonald's is a problem solver. I mean, it's a problem starter. Damn it. God, just take a hint, man. Leave. Now this is a supplemental. This will be a take 2. So I just said some wise shit off record about eating cheeseburgers, and that's all I dare to say right now because I'll fuck up the rest. Supplied. Supplemental. I would like at this moment to just provide a demonstration, really, one of practical purpose and use, and one that should be very accessible to all, I think. Alright, so I'm just going to first close the door for some privacy. Obviously, right? And I'm moving shit around, which isn't really part of the demonstration. Well, I'm kind of moving this small table out of my way because I tend to be somewhat clumsy and sort of dumb at times as regards to my physical surroundings, and you certainly don't want to like fall over, in the midst of such a change, right? So, anyways, I'm kind of going on with this. All right, so first, I'm gonna remove my keys and put them in a place very visible and within arm's reach at all times, so as I do not lock these keys inside this room when I leave this room, right? Obviously, feels like that shouldn't need to be said, but for my own sake, I felt like I did need to say it. For obvious reasons. Clearly, I've locked myself out of this room with the keys in the room. I've done that. So maybe I've lingered too long on this point. Maybe I haven't. It's up to you. I don't think I have. And I'm the one doing the demonstration. So I would really kind of know best, wouldn't I? See, this is more of a guideline that others can follow. In the sense of like, hey, I do that. Maybe not as effectively or as is maybe I'm just not as aware of when I'm doing it, whether I'm doing it. Like, he does it. I do this pretty fucking well, right? So either humor me or don't. But this is for the benefit of not all mankind, but all men who are kind and who would like to pass this on to other people. Well, I make this for like really all people. Anyone can listen to this. You don't have to be a kindly man. I'm not gay. It has nothing to do with being gay. This isn't specifically for kind men. That sounded extremely gay, actually. So, let's wipe the slate here. Let's start over a little bit. Nothing wrong with being gay, but I'm not gay. And I would appreciate people not spreading lies and fabrications about my gayness, which doesn't exist at all because I'm not gay. You're fucking gay, loser. That's why no one likes you. Anyways, so I took out my keys and I put them somewhere I could see them, and then it all fell apart. So what we can take from this is that maybe don't take everything so seriously in life, because like there are a spare set of keys very close nearby where I can open up this room and get back in there, right? So that almost makes mentioning the keys not even worthwhile, really. Perhaps that will perhaps time will make this more clear. Hindsight. A degree of hindsight usually helps. What is it, a degree of hindsight? Hindsight. Is there more hindsight? I guess there's more hindsight if it's been longer. But I think there's a certain point after an event in which the hindsight probably becomes most ripe. And then beyond that point, the event begins to matter less and less, and your hindsight dulls because it's just not as clear and focused on the issue. However irrelevant, those last few sentences were probably the most intelligent I've uttered since I began this demonstration. I feel like that was largely true. And okay, so now let's go on with the demonstration. Feel free to play this for others and to begin at 5 minutes and 30 seconds, which is right now. So I'm going to leave my shirt on and just leaving the shirt on because I'm not like I'm going to be wearing a shirt too, right? So it's one of those like operations. Like most in life, you're wearing a shirt. Especially like I'm in my capacity of employment, right? So it's like they want me to wear a shirt, right? So okay, I'm just slipping off my shoes here, because I don't untie them anymore. So I just slip them off actually, which is something I started doing just a few years ago, which I used to be fervently against. And then, well, the time breaks us all down, I think. And now I just slip them off. And I'm fine with it. Like, I mean, like, I've gotten fatter too, so like, which one's really, which one's worse, or which one isn't as bad as I think it is? They're probably both not as bad. They're both not as bad as I think they are. I'm not really getting. I was getting fat. Now I'm just fatter because I kind of stopped getting fat, I believe. And I'm gonna get new shoes soon. They're pretty rough. All right, so I've slipped off the shoes. Now at this point, I'm obviously gonna need both hands. Well, it's best. I'm doing a demonstration here, right? So like, this is how you should do it. You should use both hands. So I'm just gonna set this down. I'm gonna turn off the fan so you can hear me more clearly because this is important. And I'm removing my belt because I'm gonna need it after the transition has been made. At this point I would unbutton my pants, but I found that they were already unbuttoned. That just happens sometimes. That's fine. I've continued, and I've unzipped, right? So I unbutton, unzip. Sometimes, depending on the pants, sometimes I find the button's already undone, which is, I don't know if that has to do with the extension of my belly and the pressure it applies on the button. It probably does, or it just could just be this button's kind of. These are used pants. Someone gave them to me because we were going for dinner somewhere in a fancy restaurant, and the button just isn't. Like, you could have a more secure fashion of button, but whatever. I had a belt on, and I was zipped up. That's more important. So I'm hanging up the pants, and I grabbing my shorts here that are just draped over the chair, which I had done before I started recording in preparation. Thank God I did something before I started recording. Imagine if I had to talk about draping the pants over it. Just keep going. I'm sorry. So I got one leg in, then another I pull up. I button. It's a much nicer button than this one. I zip up. You can do either or first. I don't know if I tend to do one first or not. And then I'm going to belt up again. I'm going to belt up. Belts are a curious thing. I could go on about that, but I think Hedberg already mined that field. Damn. Because like, what is really going on with the belt? It is kind of incredible. Like, suspenders are, easy to understand, but like a belt. What's that something to do with your hips? I think it's your hips. I bet the belt was probably fucking pretty smart when it was invented, and people were probably like, that ain't gonna fucking work. And then it does, Yeah, it's incredible. Alright, so I've done up the belt. Now I'm putting my shoes back on. I'm just gonna slip them on because I can, and because I do. And I just sort of mash my heel into it, and which it becomes easier over time because the more you do that, the more it crushes the like the back end of the shoe. And there I am now. I got my keys. Wow. Good thing I set them down right there. That was really smart. Alright, here we are. Now we're in the Clip Goes Live studio, and I've got shorts on. And I'm going to I'm gonna head out there and fucking do what they pay me to do, which is probably a little less than what they expect, but more than what they they deserve, I think, because they expect a lot for little, and yet I put on some weight since I started here, so they should temper their expectations, right? Like, it's not that they expect a lot. It's just they expect a they expect so I got my shorts on now, and that's I hadn't done that for a while. I hadn't made that demonstration for a while, maybe a couple of years. So I thought we would do, and I probably never fucked it up so royally as I just did now. But you've been supplied. Supplemental. I'm considering possibly maybe retiring this activity of note leaving, of audio recording. What in the fuck is that? The roof sounds like you just put the fucking goddamn claps. Anyways, so I'm considering possibly at least just for a while, like stepping back and retiring this can you hear that shit? This this life of supplemental action, and maybe I'll just play video games for a while. And that's right above my head now. I'll just play video games for a while and not worry about all the extra commentary and notes and collapsing roofs on my fucking head. I appreciate you trying. Supplied. You really gotta watch every video to keep up with this shit. Because I am making sense. You just have to watch every video, every moment.